G'day guys, today I want to explore what it is to do some sick B-roll like a guy called Daniel Schiffer. Now that man is insane. If I had his skills, it'd be like being nuts. His link's in the description below and you can see the sick stuff that he creates, but I want to give that a go today. And I'm going to do it all on my brand new Osmo Action, which is actually what I'm using to film this right now. It arrived in the post yesterday. I'm going to do a cool thing where I strap it to the bottom of an aeroplane and fly it over the Gold Coast, but more of that much later on. So it's going to be all in 4K. I'm going to shoot it all at 60 frames a second, and we are going to see if the results are anything in the orbit of Daniel Schiffer's work, because, oh man, his stuff is incredible. So I'm going to head to the kitchen and we're going to make a cup of tea. And I don't even like tea. Nope, I am a coffee drinker, because tea's always disappointing, right? The smell is amazing and the taste is the letdown. But I'm going to make tea and explore this brand new genre. Let's move to the kitchen, shall we? Come on. Welcome to the kitchen. With these sort of sequences, what I do is I picture in my mind how I want it to be, and then I write a shot list. And the shot list, if you look here, the shot list in one column, in this first column, is the different end result that I want. So for example, pulling a tea bag out of the box. But then on the other column, that's the shot I'm going to take. And so it might be a down up whip, or it might be a pan or whatever. I'm going to shoot at 4K, 60 frames a second, which gives us 60 snapshots within a second. So it gives me the opportunity to slow it down or speed it up without too many jitterinesses happening. So when you slow that down, it's milky smooth, and you can speed it up and it's insane. It shouldn't jump around too much. A lot of this project of a 15-20 second clip, it might even be less than 10 seconds, takes about 2 hours to film and a bunch more hours in editing. We're going to speed ramp, which means we're going to slow down and speed up the footage, but as we do, we're going to blend it together. We're also going to have a little bit of color grading, work on some transitions. The idea is we're going to pull a tea bag out of that cupboard. We're going to make a cup of tea here with that kettle, and I'm not going to drink it because tea's disgusting, but we'll celebrate with a cup of coffee. And heck, we're all learning. That's what this channel is about. So if you're enjoying it so far, please subscribe below. There's about 70% of you who watch this who don't subscribe. So if you'd like to subscribe, that'll be a massive help in this endeavor. So let me just talk you through a couple of those shots. We used this to mimic the inside of a cup because the Osmo Action won't fit inside a cup. And so we emptied this of water. This is just a water tank distribution thing we have on the bench. Put the Osmo Action in that, poured some water on top with the cupboard. Simply stuck the camera in here with a light and then pulled the thing away. As you can see on this video that I'll put up now, you can show the box when it drops down, pouring the stuff in, and that kind of motion that's sort of whipping in, following the movement, so keeping the lens focused on the middle of the movement and tracking the movement as it happens, and then blending those shots all together. We had to be careful when we did the boiling water because it splashed around a bit and got a little bit hot, a little bit scalded, but that's okay. And then all the other shots kind of make sense. The idea was to get smooth, fast actions that were really short but enabled you to engage in experience. One of the challenges is our kitchen's a mess, so it would have been nice to have a polished, proper kitchen, but you know, it's not for a pro job, it's just to see what these things are like. I'd love to get into a restaurant one day and do this in a restaurant. That'd be really cool, and to cook some stuff and do it with a cooking analogy. But cooking is it's just easier to make 17 cups of tea than it is 4 steaks. Cheaper too. All right, what do you think? Do you want to go and have a look at it? I'll show you the teabag B-roll, and you can see what you think. Be kind, because afterwards I'm gonna tell you what I do not like about it and what I've learned. All right, here we go. Go. What do you think? If you thought A for effort, give me the thumbs up. If you thought I love a cup of tea, give me the thumbs up. If you're like, oh, that was not good, Ralph, give me the thumbs up. So here's what I would do differently. I shot it all on my Osmo Action. What that meant was everything was in focus most of the time. I think for something like this, what you should do is get some really sick bokeh happening, and I could have done that with my my mirrorless, and had it on f-stop of 2 or 2.8 or something like that to really distinguish the foreground from the background. I think that would have made it really, really pop. As you'll see, some of those things, camera went down, and then the next shot was like on a different angle up or whatever, and I didn't think about the positioning. I thought about the direction of the shot transitioning to the next, but I didn't think about the positioning of where it was. So if I were to do it again, I'd be much more rigorous about making sure the drop and the move and the whip all happened from the same spot, holding the subject in the same kind of angle, so that when I edit it together, it would look more seamless. It would flow through more. What else? Oh, the lighting. The lighting was terrible. The set was terrible. We just did it. Oh no, we both had the day off, so we're like, let's give this a crack. So I would have cleaned up the set, and I would have darkened down the background. I would have brought out some bigger lights and angled them in. I would have put a lot more time into it, but it wasn't really necessary to put time into it because it was just an experiment to see how that whole experience would be. When I was editing, I found that I could cut down and cut down and cut down and cut down, because you just needed a snapshot of each moment to grab hold of what was happening rather than to engage and enjoy each scene. Because let's face it, it's a cup of tea and no one likes tea, right? We're coffee drinkers. Exactly. You know what I'd love? I'd love you to have a go and put links in the comments below of you having a go, and I'll go and tell you what I thought about it. And then you can tell me what you thought about it down below in the comments. We can all live happily ever after. This channel is about doing creative things and stepping into creative spaces, learning new things. And what I can do now, and here's the cool bit, what I can do now with what I've learned is when I do some food photography in restaurants, I can now say, hey, what about if we do this and this and that? Because I now feel I have a gist of how it can work and how I can improve their business, help their business, and as a result expand what I get to offer clients. So exciting times ahead. Hope you've enjoyed. Please give the thumbs up. Please subscribe. It would be a super help and a great encouragement. And I'll see you in the next one.